If you're someone that struggles with uneven curl patterns and you have looser curls underneath and tighter curls on top, or vice versa, I'm going to share with you tons of tips and tricks and a styling routine on how to help fix this issue and some of the common causes. So let's go ahead and get started. So it is completely normal to have uneven curl patterns. I have anywhere from 3A to 3B curls on my head, sometimes even 2C curls. It just depends on where you look on my head. These curls right here are a lot tighter. They can be really tight spirals, and then underneath I might have some looser ones in the middle section. Right here I always have looser curls. Those are more like a 2C, they don't actually spiral. And then all the way at the nape of my neck I have some really tight little ringlets right here. So it is definitely common, especially if you are still in the transitioning process where you're going from having damaged heat styled hair every day to your natural curl pattern. Your hair is going to go through all kind of different phases. And you might notice that your curls get tighter over time as they are getting healthier, and our hair doesn't always repair itself in an even manner. Another common cause is from breakage. So like I mentioned, I do have this layer right at the nape of my neck that is really short, and so these curls curl up a lot tighter. Anytime your hair is shorter, you tend to get more shrinkage because there's just not as much weight there pulling the curls down. So if you have any tight little ringlets at the nape of your neck, it could be from breakage, or it's just natural to have those shorter pieces around like the nape of your neck and right here. A lot of people have those baby hairs. Those tend to curl up a lot tighter sometimes, so that is probably why this area is so short for me, because it's just been broken over time from wearing my hair up tight, all that kind of stuff, and it's just natural too. Another thing I would recommend is to get a dry haircut, or at least get a consultation with your curls in their natural dry shape before you get a haircut. I don't go to a curly hair specialist, I just go to a regular hairstylist, but she does understand curls. I made a whole video about what I ask for when I go get a haircut, and I recently got a haircut that made the world of a difference because I had so many uneven layers going on in my hair to where the underside layer was growing so much longer and quicker than the top layer, and so those curls were hanging a lot looser. I was really struggling getting them to shrink up, so I had a lot of stringy ends. And in that video I talk about how we first started off with my hair dry in the salon, and she just cut straight across the bottom, cut off all of the stringy ends to get everything even, then went and washed my hair and continued with a regular wet cut just to reshape everything. So if you are currently only getting a wet cut, perhaps let your stylist see your hair when you come in completely dry and styled like normal, and then see if they can cut it more evenly once it's dry, because with curly hair, we know it changes so much from wet to dry, so it really helps your stylist to see it in its dry, natural state, how you normally wear it. That way they can see if there's any uneven areas that need to be cut up shorter. My next tip is to clarify your hair to remove buildup. I always recommend this in my tip videos because clarifying tends to fix a lot of different problems. Buildup is one of those things that can really weigh down your curls. I've had buildup before from silicones back before I kind of followed the curly girl method a little bit more, and my curls were so much looser back then. I'll insert some pictures here if you want to see, but they were definitely uneven because some of the curls had more buildup than others, especially here on top where I tend to layer on more product more like from refreshing and stuff. Silicone tends to really weigh my hair down. It must just be my hair type. Some people love using silicones and don't have any issues, but I wasn't clarifying frequently and I was using silicone, so my curls were definitely getting stretched out. But even if you follow the curly girl method and you don't use silicones, regular curly hair products that are curly girl method approved a lot of times do contain oils and butters, and those can weigh down your hair, especially things like shea butter, any type of oils. Over time those can really weigh down your hair, especially if you are only co-washing. I know the curly girl method really preaches co-washing, but I just think it's best to mix in shampoo and clarifying shampoos very frequently, because all the heavy products and conditioning products will really weigh down your curls. So if you're experiencing looser curls underneath, then it could be from buildup. Sometimes people don't cleanse as good underneath either, so when you are shampooing your hair, make sure you're also going in with additional shampoo underneath and really giving it a good scrub, because you could have oils and sweat buildup from being against your neck, and you could have excess product going on right there that could be weighing them down and making them appear looser. So my next tip is along the same lines of getting weighed down hair, and that is to use different products on different parts of your hair. Now typically we just use the same styling products all over, and that is totally fine. If you have varying degrees though of hair porosities or hair textures or curl patterns, then you might want to consider using some different products on different areas of your hair. However, if the majority of your hair is one type, then just go with one styling product because it's cheaper and easier and less work to do. So normally that is what I do. I usually treat my hair like it is high porosity and the 3B or 3A curl pattern that it is. And I do have medium to coarse hair, so my hair doesn't get weighed down too much. The underside layer though of my hair is definitely a normal porosity and it is more of that medium texture, whereas the top section is really coarse and it's more higher porosity. So I decided today to try out a styling routine where I use different products on the bottom compared to the top, and it definitely made a huge difference. I had so much more volume. So I'm going to be damp styling, which is the method that I like to use because I have lower density hair and that tends to give me a lot more volume and it cuts down on my drying time a lot. So my hair is towel dried. I usually just go in and add a little bit of water to areas that dry really fast. Like I said, the top area of my hair is high porosity, so it dries super fast. It has a hard time retaining moisture in that area, so I just add water back in, and then I'm gonna section off my hair. First started at like my ear area and went with a lighter styling product on that lower section. So I went in with the Bounce Curl leave-in conditioner. Usually I will use a curl cream or a butter, but curl creams and butters can really weigh down your hair, especially if it's more fine in texture or medium in texture. And like I said, my lower underside layer is medium, so I decided to go with the leave-in conditioner, which is a lot lighter. So I'm still giving my curls moisture, but it's not going to weigh it down like a heavy butter will. So then after getting the leave-in conditioner on this lower section, I went in with the Denman brush. This is another thing that I really recommend, is trying to use some type of brush to give yourself more ringlets. You could use a paddle brush, whichever brush that you have, but the Denman brush tends to really work well for me to give me ringlets. So I just went all throughout that section and just twirled the hair around the brush. I've done a video before all about how to use the Denman brush. I will link that for you down below. Then I went in with the Bounce Curl Light Cream Gel. This is the same gel that I'm gonna use all over my hair. It gives me medium to firm hold, which is ideal. You definitely want to have a product with some strong hold in it to help hold that curl in place so it doesn't fall out throughout the day. And I just kind of glazed that over and scrunched. And then I went in with the Denman brush again, just to give myself some more ringlets because I kind of broke them up a little bit. I probably should have waited till after the gel to use the Denman brush. Another thing to keep in mind when using a brush or even just with scrunching in general is you don't want to create too many curl clumps on the underside layer. Since I have low density hair, I have to be careful to not have too large of curl clumps because if my hair is too clumped together, it's going to weigh it down and pull those curls down because it's a lot heavier. Especially if your hair is very wet, has a lot of water in it, a lot of moisturizing products in it, it's just gonna be heavier and those large clumps will keep your hair wet longer, it's harder for it to dry, and it will just weigh it down and stretch out the curls. So the goal here is to have more lightweight products, less clumping, and encourage more shrinkage in the areas that are hanging longer. So I'm going to continue with the leave-in conditioner up to the middle section as well because I want the middle section to still be more lightweight. There might be a blend of higher and normal porosity hairs in this area and different curl patterns, but I really want to focus on getting volume, and since I do have low density hair, I thought it might be better to go for a more lightweight product like the leave-in and the gel on the inner layer. That way it might expand more and create more volume. So then I actually went in with my hair repair towel, which is a flat weave cotton towel. It doesn't cause any frizz, and by scrunching with this, you will see how much the curls really shrink up and those clumps form. You can break up those clumps if you don't want too many of them, but it just makes such a difference at encouraging your curls to shrink up. You can see the difference that it makes, and it just helps absorb any of that excess water. And if you apply too much product, it's also going to remove some of that excess product to prevent your curls from getting weighed down. So now once I get to the top section, I'm going to go in with a curl cream from Bounce Curl. This is their Clump and Define cream. This one is a lot heavier than the leave-in conditioner. It gives a lot more moisture, so this would be ideal for medium to coarse hair textures. If you're not sure what texture you have, I do have a video on that as well that I will link for you down below. Coarse hair doesn't get weighed down as easily from butters and creams and oils. It can hold it a lot more. It's a lot thicker in diameter, so those hairs can hold those heavier products. But if you have fine curly hair, then you would want to look for leave-ins and lightweight creams instead, like I used on the lower underside layer. So I definitely picked up too much of the Clump and Define cream, but I'm going to show you a trick on how you can remove the product if you think you applied it too much. And then I just smoothed my fingers over the strand, and you can see how much product and water is coming out. That's all the excess that my hair didn't need. So I allowed my hair to soak up what it needed, and then that was all the excess. So you can do this if you feel like you applied too much product, or if you find that your hair just gets weighed down very easily. I actually had too much water in this section as well. I like to damp style, so I prefer to not have this much water in my hair either when I'm styling, so I did want to squeeze some of that out. So now I'm going to go in with the gel, and I'm just combing everything through, glazing that over my hair, and I'm going to use the Denman brush again to create some of those ringlets. I really like to focus the top section on just being more defined because that is the visible part, so I usually take my time to create more ringlets up here, and I try and get more volume with the brush at the roots as well. So another thing that you can do if you don't have the Denman brush is finger coiling. I have never been good at finger coiling. Some people love it for creating ringlets. It's basically where you just twirl the hairs around your finger all the way up to the root and then let it down. This is just really time consuming to do your entire head, but if you were really trying to encourage your curls to spiral, then this would be a good way to do it. If I ever have a very stubborn curl that's not curling no matter which way that I brush it, I will sometimes do this. So I'm just showing you here that that is an option if you were trying to get more shrinkage in an area that's hanging too loose. The Denman brush I find though is just easier and quicker to do, and I get the same effect. So now that I'm done applying my products, I plopped my hair for about 5 minutes, and then I'm ready to diffuse my hair. So I first like to start off with my hair upside down. I like to plop diffuse. I have a video all about how I do that. I will link below, but I basically hover the diffuser around my hair as I'm plopping it on my counter, and that's just to prevent frizz and set the gel cast. Once my hair is about 50% dry, then I flip right side up, and that is when I actually touch the diffuser to my curls. You don't want to do this too much because you could cause frizz if you go straight in and do this on wet hair, but I already have that cast starting to form, which is going to protect my curls from frizz. So I just place the diffuser right at the ends of my hair and then press it up towards my scalp. That is going to help give you so much shrinkage. If you do this all over your head, it's going to look so much shorter. But what you can do is just focus on those areas that are hanging a lot looser. So if that's the underside layer for you, really diffuse the underside layer with this method, and it will definitely make a difference. If I air dry, my hair is so uneven. No matter how good of a haircut that I have, it never comes out right when I air dry, and that is because of those different curl patterns and different things just weighing down the hair, you know, the movement as you're air drying. So I just find the best thing to do for me is diffuse. So if you're a fan of diffusing, definitely try using the diffuser to get more shrinkage on areas that are hanging looser. I also do this method to get more volume at the root. I love putting the diffuser teeth right at my root and giving it a lift and just holding it for a second and letting it dry that way. So another thing that can really help encourage your curls is to do curl training. I did a video comparing curl training to not doing curl training to see if it really makes a difference, and it definitely made my curls tighter, gave me tighter ringlets. So if you have any problem areas like the underside layer is hanging a lot looser than the rest, then you could try curl training when you're deep conditioning or doing an Olaplex treatment. Olaplex is a product that helps repair the broken bonds in your hair. It works so well for curly hair because it tends to make our curls tighter and more defined, and it really repairs any damage in your hair. So if you haven't already heard of Olaplex, I will link it for you down below, as well as the recent video that I did all about curl training, and I explain how to apply Olaplex. So that's always one of my main suggestions if you are struggling with looser curls that you think have the potential of being tighter. This will definitely help get your curls back to their natural state if they are damaged. Even if your hair is not damaged though and it's never been color treated, you can definitely benefit from Olaplex. So again, I will have that link down below and the video if you want to check it out. I do still have that discount code for Olaplex. If you saw that video, I shared a 20% off discount code for Olaplex, and that is good through the end of September. So if you're still seeing this video in September, you can still get 20% off Olaplex products if you live in the United States. So that is all my tips for how to even out your curl patterns and help encourage the curls on those looser areas. I hope this helped you out. If you want more tips, I have a video all about how to make your hair curlier and one on how to make your roots curlier. I think both of those videos go hand in hand with this topic and should definitely provide some more help and more tips on this same topic of dealing with uneven curl patterns. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely let me know in the comments, and you can leave any suggestions for other problems that you're having with your hair. I love addressing these type of issues that no one seems to cover. So if you can think of anything with your hair that you've just always struggled with, you can never seem to find an answer for, and nobody tends to cover it in videos, definitely let me know what that is in the comments, and I will be making those videos for you guys to help you out with your hair. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing if you have not already. I make videos for beginners. I really try and address curly hair concerns and help you get back to your natural, healthy texture. So I hope you found this helpful, and I will talk to you in next week's video. Bye everyone.